August 15th. Supervisor Scribner, as well as the Director of the Planning Department, Lorelei Obiot, will be here with Glenn Stevens from the Air Pollution Control District. So all three of them will be here presenting and answering questions. So I'm sure there's a lot of questions regarding dust and solar companies, and I'm sure you guys could go on about it a lot more than I could. But they're going to be here to answer your questions and any concerns you might have. So I've been encouraged to tell you guys to spread the word and get a good group to ask good questions, and hopefully they'll be able to give you the good answers, because they're the they're the ones that are making the decisions regarding these things. So if you have any questions, I can try to answer them right now. And if
Are you going to find out next month that they're going to kick that can further down the road before they come out here?
Well, Glenn Stevens was going to be presenting today, and they thought it would be a good idea if they all three presented together.
San Luis, they project to go to dead fuel storage by the end of the year. So it's south of the Delta, we're going to be very, very slim. This is the chart that I usually present to you.
What do you mean with it?
Well, there's a point where you can only get down. They have generation units in San Luis, and there's a certain level where you bring the reservoir down and you can't generate pump back anymore. And so it's going to be down to that point where basically it's a puddle in the bottom of the reservoir. So it's not water you can utilize. So it's kind of below the outlets and such. So they'll be getting down, and you can see on the chart, they're down to 31% of the historical average, 17% capacity. So I would anticipate that 17% to get down to basically zero. You're going to get down to where you have a puddle in the bottom of the reservoir.
When's the last time you went down that?
Wow, I can't remember when it's been down that low, because usually, both the state and federal agencies use this, and sometimes the federal agencies may have a low point that's lower than ours, and they may borrow space from us, or vice versa. But I honestly can't remember the last time it's been down to dead pool. It was probably through maintenance or something. So you can kind of use those in conjunction. You're pumping at banks, you're releasing up doorbell, pumping at banks, and you try to get a little ahead. So you put a little in San Luis, and then when you get into peak summertime, you draw on San Luis, and you're still pumping from the Delta. So you kind of use those in coordination. And basically what's going to happen is you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to live off of what's coming out of the Delta and banks. So it's just it's a tight operation. You have to really kind of run to the river almost. We have a little flexibility because they have terminal reservoirs, so they can say, okay, Matt, take water out of Castaic or Pyramid or something like that. But it kind of limits your operation. You can't take advantage of differential in power and that kind of thing. So it just limits your flexibility.
What about water quality?
Water quality, we're going to definitely keep an eye on this. Again, you're going to be right off the Delta, so water quality is likely to degrade as we get further into the summer.
And why is Pyramid and Castaic so high?
Pyramid and Castaic they're pumped.
So, Mr. Deaver, I understand all the problems with continuing Plain Crazy have evaporated because they've been worked out.
Yes, they have, and they worked out through the help of Carl's Hardware,
Yeah?
Keith & Sons Ford,
Yes.
Rosamond News,
Yes.
Voyager Restaurant, and that of course includes Foxy's in Cal City, and Barnett Carpet. They all agreed to donate $200 a year so that we can meet our $1,200 nut.
Good.
And we're looking forward to it. We appreciate these civic-minded businesses.
Good.
And we're going to continue to have fun on the third Saturday of every month at the Mojave Air and Spaceport.
Super. And it's been approved by your treasurer, I guess.
Yes.
Kathy Hansen, right?
Well, I do it for no. Would you sign this check, sir?
Hey, how are you guys? Now this is video, so let me ask you, how did you like Plain Crazy today?
Good.
What did you like about it?
All the planes.
You like to see in the planes. Never seen them before, so up close, huh? Yeah, would you come back again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. How about you? What'd you like?
I speak French. Well, it's bad luck is
Yeah?
Huh?
Think you might be a pilot someday?
That'd
Yeah.
be me too.
Yeah, you might fly one of those big things. Oh, that'd be good. Navy. You got a Navy hat on. You guys must be Navy people.
I retired.
Oh, okay. So how was it today? How was the plane crazy?
It was a little slower than I've seen in the past. It's just a warm day, so it was nice seeing the planes out there, and the car shows a nice hat on. So very cool, and I'm glad they're going to continue.
Fox, and thanks for coming to Rosamond.
My pleasure. This is a great place. This is a key part of our community. I love it here in Rosamond.
And so far this morning, what are your constituents telling you?
They're concerned like the rest of our community. They want jobs. They want to see their children in education. But they're especially interested in the quality of life that we have. They don't want to see so much dust. They don't want to see the valley fever.
Sure.
They don't want the 1920 Dust Bowl all over again. And I share their concern. So I'm going to go back to Sacramento. We're going to look at that question on how do we maintain our quality of life. Sometimes the definition of progress isn't more machines.
Sure.
It's can our kids go to school? Can we have a job?
Sure.
Can we not have to go through the 1920 Dust Bowl all over again?
Sure.
So the quality of life is very important.
You know, it's a non-election year, and you're out with your constituents. You were at the VFW the night before last.
I'm on the Veterans Committee.
Yes.
44% of our veterans are in our state, and unfortunately some are homeless, some need care they're not receiving.
Sure.
So I went on to the Veterans Committee saying, how do I help veterans? My dad was a World War II vet.
Yeah.
We were able to pass a $600,000 bond, not just for veterans housing, but to help them acclimate and learn to come back into society.
Sure.
So we're there to help our vets. They gave a lot to us, we owe them a lot.
Good. Well, I think the whole town, I've heard very positive comments about your being out on the street, and I think that was part of your platform when you ran. You ran a very tough election, and you campaigned a lot.
We want accessibility. We're not just here during election time, we're here all the time.
Yeah.
If you've got a problem, we're here.
Good. Well, thanks again for coming to Rosamond, and Crazy Auto is one of my very good advertisers.
My pleasure.
Dr. Rich is moving back into his original clinic on Diamond Street here.
Okay.
It was wonderful that we could have another facility for about a year and a half in business.
Sure.
And so we're anxious to get back in and start buying a x-ray machine.
Sure, and it's all outfitted for a vet. They spent
Absolutely.
lots of money fixing it up for years and years.
Oxygen in the walls, and now we can put it in the dogs.
And are you gonna make a concrete parking lot, I guess,
Well,
huh?
actually, this is for the dogs. We're going to have some kennels here for daytime use. And
good.
Going to have some grass back there. When they get out of surgery, they like to find grass and go find their favorite spot.
Sure. And when do you think you'll be in here? Next month?
We hope to start moving this month still. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we should be settled and doing well first of the month.
Well, good. It's good to see it being used. I remember the sheriff's department refurbished it once. And
yeah, they were crowded in here, and give us a year, we'll be crowded.
well, thank you, Dan.
You bet.